Wait, why? What's going on here? Talking about it.
I let in, good to know. Better keep observing when they step in. Keep it slow, never think you know them cause you met them. Good to know, it's good to know. She got comfortable with disrespecting. Don't know why, but I can't expect shit. I'm uncomfortable with confrontation. But if you heard me, you won't see me text.
Welcome on in. Welcome on in, everyone. Welcome on in. Spank the monkey. Is Nico now a must? If Nathan Cleary gets rested this week, yeah, close to it. Yeah. Yeah, it's getting close to it. I would say if Cleary doesn't rest, then no. But if he does rest this week, then I think you have to go Nico. Hello, Major Fishing. How are you? You think not Major Fishing? Yeah. Because I think if Cleary doesn't play this week, they'll virtually sort of balance out and aim at and sort of come in at similar points. And I think there is a warrant of maybe next week Sharks versus Souths, Nico being a vice captaincy or captaincy pick. Then Sharks have North Queensland. Then Sharks have St. George. That is, why would Cleary rest? There was some news that he possibly could be rested this week. Whether that's a lie, whether that's just false news, or whether he's experienced some tightness again. He didn't kick last week. He played 60 minutes. Maybe he's come off and sort of said, I need a week, one full week off, Dad. Don't know. But I received some inside information that could be false. Someone sent me a photo saying that there's a chance Cleary may be arrested this week. And they have Friday night's game. So that is also not the best fit for that option if that happens. So I don't know. How you doing, Reese, by the way? How's everyone's teams looking, by the way? What's can I get a rank update, a points update, trades update? Where you been in the canoe crew? Wait, no one ever talks in that chat. What? What are you talking about? People are still talking. Bro, that chat was dead for like weeks. Wait, I'm looking now. People are leaving the group, bro. The last message was me and this Nrl dude, and that was on the 27th of March. Can't be in a group that's active in March. Yeah. How do you not know that? You just questioned me on the Canoe Crew. Afternoon, Danny. What's the news on Lucas? Isn't he out for the season? We'll have to wait and see in the team list. But I'm pretty sure he's out for the season. Unless I'm wrong on that. I think he's a trade either way. The Facebook one. Yep, that's right. Queenslander, nice to see you. Lucas, Liz, Frank, season over. Yep. I've actually been close to contemplating selling Marky Mark to Lomax. Then or selling Lucas, getting Bo Thermal in, then next week getting Hubner out, and then nothing someone in the CTW. Yeah. So yeah, not really sure. Do you guys think AFB is a must trade out now, or just hold and keep him on the side? Oh, Mulatalo's out against the against the Roosters. I think I got to hold Marky Mark. No, the Bonnie Blue Crew. I left that. I had an argument with some dude that was just giving the worst advice to people in there, and then he started calling me like I can't even remember. It's like another word for being like aggressive, and I was like, brother, you're telling people to he was out there saying that Galvin isn't going to try for the Bulldogs because of the news of him. No, he wasn't going to try for the Tigers because he was going to leave the club. And then I said, you can't tell people to trade out a player because of like what you think in terms of their mental state. Anyway, I held him that week and he got like 82 and the guy didn't shut up. But yeah, I gave him a bit of shit about it. Steve-O, how you doing? Nice to see you. Cleary is out. Don't ruin it for me. No. Don't ruin. All right, here we go, guys. Here we go. Don't ruin it for me, please. NRL team list round 20. Welcome aboard, everyone. We're going to get into this straight away so people like Reese don't ruin it for us. Dolphins versus Cowboys, 7:50 p.m. Round 20, of course, Thursday. So Thursday night game. Good to see. And then let's go to it. Maroon Star Hammer is back on deck with Jake Averillo. He could actually do quite well against North Queensland, so this will be a very high scoring game, I think. With Jake Averillo returning to the win, Canelli Lamelo has been promoted to the starting side after Finafuiaki was ruled out with a broken thumb. Mark Nichols will also sit out, sure. Nothing crazy there. Jordan McLean will miss Thursday's clash as he manages calf and ankle niggles. Thomas Mikalele to start at prop. Caden last to come on the bench. Todd Payton has made a change to his backline and record winger Jackson Paulo for his third game of the year. Robert Dobie shifts to the reserves. Well, so for anyone owning Robert, he's gone. Jake Clifford remains sidelined with a quad injury, while John Bateman's return from Agonia has been put on ice for another week. I don't know how I feel about this now. I got in Drinkwater last week. So now we're going to have to see how they do. Tom didn't back, however, from injury. This is interesting here. I still think this could be a very, very high-scoring game, both sides. It seems like maybe... I mean, this could be a great game for the forwards for North Queensland, I think. But this feels like the Hammer versus Scott Drinkwater battle. If you do have a Sarko, I think you can still hold him for a game like this. If you haven't sold him, I think that's massive, massive, massive play. If you did hold him, good luck. This is the game you want to get him for. Zach Labard, who also had a good scoring week, he could be someone to watch. We'll see how Purdue does with Dearden again, because Jake Clifford is out, and go from there. Supercoach wise, honestly, there's nothing out at the moment. Sorry, I just got a message and completely mind blank. Supercoach wise, there's nothing really massive here, is what I was trying to say. This could also be a big game for Katoa holders, who's dominating as a halfback at the moment with Nicarima injury. He'll likely just control everything. Reserves wise, nothing crazy. Trey Fuller, interesting to see when he comes back into the team, if he does. Sharks versus Roosters, 6 p.m. Friday. 2 games on Friday. This is the first one. Sharks have named an unchanged starting side following last week's win. This is going to be an absolute massive game. AFB will play his 200th NRL game, while Sifa Talakai remains in the centres. Daniel Atkinson comes into the bench. The only change to the 17. Billy Burns, the 18th man. Sam Stonestreet has been named to the extended squad. Trent Robertson has opted to recall Chad Townsend. No way. What? Really? So not even calling up Sandon Smith. I'm very happy about that, because I had Sandon Smith. I got rid of him for Talon De Silva. That's really interesting. So Chad Townsend is going to play with Sam Walker. This is going to be really good for Tupou owners. I think you're going to see the ball going left a bit more. I think also, if I see the ball going left way more than the right now, the Marky Mark play could be over. We'll have to wait and see, however, on that one. Boy, oh boy, that has been a change of events in the last 2 weeks. Lindsay Collins returns to the starting side. Spencer Leniu shifting back to the bench. This is going to be a game to watch. Wait, Mulatalo's in. Interesting. Mulatalo's in. I swear that article said he was out, but I guess he's in. So yeah, their team looks cool. No massive changes. I think one of the biggest talking points is AFB. I'm a current owner of AFB. Do we hold? Do we sell? Now that I know it's his 200th game, that entices me to hold even more. But I don't know about that. If currently my one trade for the week is AFB to Hudson Young. I really like that trade, but I don't know now that this has all happened. Maybe AFB is just to hold until the end of the season and plug him in when you can. What do you guys think about that, by the way? Do you think I should hold AFB or sell him? Because he's got a pretty high break even, and we don't know. When are we going to get Hudson Young next? I don't know if anyone else is really contemplating getting Hudson Young now. I think he's a great, great purchase after the bye they've just had. So he's going to be re-energized, play limited minutes in the Origin as well. So yeah, this is going to be a cracker of a game, by the way. Interchange, nothing crazy different here. The big one is Sandon Smith just sitting in the reserves. That's kind of wild, but it is what it is. Panthers versus Rabbitohs. Here we go. No Nathan Cleary. A lot of trades, I think, this week for Nathan Cleary. A lot of people have held on to Nathan Cleary. This is a very tough pill to swallow. Not even listed in the reserves. This is, I still think he's a hold, but it's just going to hurt for this week. I don't think you're chopping and changing. If you had Jerome Hughes and Nathan Cleary, I think it's still plausible to go Hughes to Hines and then sit with Cleary and Hines and wait for Cleary to come back next week. But this just hurts you a bit. This is a bit of an unfortunate, you just didn't see this coming. It's unforeseeable. This also, I think, is a bit better for Dylan Edwards in terms of maybe he'll touch the ball a bit more. But I am always under the impression that you want the best players in your team. Is Latrell Mitchell a buy? I don't know about that, big dog. NRL buys. Let me just look at this. I think they don't have the best of draws, but I could be wrong. So they have Penrith away, then Sharks, then Broncos away. I think, we've spoken about this before. I think round 23, you can look at getting Mitchell for the last 3 rounds, if that. It looks really tough here. I couldn't do it personally, but I mean, at the end of the day, you got to take risks, right? So if you want to go that way, go that way. Is Cody Walker named? No. Okay, so star halfback Nathan Cleary sit out. Blaze Talagi to partner with Gerard Shiner. Shaw, the skipper, has also been handed a rest. Wow. So Yo handed a rest as well, but Dylan Edwards and To'o are back on deck. Liam Martin remains sidelined with a wrist injury, and Isaac Targo's suspension has seen Paul Alamotti record in the centres. Scott Sorensen returns from suspension. Edwards' return will see Dane Laurie shift to the interchange. This is really, really interesting. This changes the aspect of this whole game and people that have got Cleary in. I think Souths are going to have a better game as well. So maybe the Latrell Mitchell play warrants a bit more of like a look now. Lewis Dodd has earned an NRL recall and will come off the bench and jump at number 17. Jack Whiten will again link up with Jamie Humphries in the halves. Cody Walker sidelined. Latrell Mitchell's return from Origin duties will see Alex Johnson shift to the wing as part of the backline reshuffle. Isaiah Tass will line up in the centres. Campbell Graham ruled out with a back injury. Wow. Ewan Aiken returns from injury in the back row. A knee injury to Brandon Smith will see how do you say it? Saliva Havili? So you say it? Start at hooker with Pete Mamazelis back on the interchange. Moali, wow, they've got a lot of injuries, joins Graham and Smith. So Supercoach wise, I think if you still have Aiken, you just hold him, you play him there. This could be a massive game for Keon as well. Colo could have an absolutely beautiful game, and I think he's set for a bit of a bounce back after a couple of average scores. Blaze is actually a nice little look into for a 5/8 downgrade if you do have Galvin or someone that you're not happy with. So that's another look you could look at with that draw. But as I said before, I'm just going to hold Galvin. I don't think it's a must change for the 5/8 with limited trades. But that is Panthers versus Rabbitohs, 8 p.m. on Friday. Raiders versus Eels. The return of Origin duo Josh Papali and Hudson Young has prompted a slight forward pack reshuffle with Papali to start at prop and Young in the back row. Corey Horsburgh shifts to lock. Morgan Smithies and Simi Sasagi moving to the interchange. Noah Martin and Trey Mooney revert to the reserves with Chevy Stewart as the 18th man. Josh Papali will start at 5/8 as coach Jason Riles ushers in a new era for the Eels. No Dylan Brown? Gone. Dylan Brown gone. Wow. Okay. Dylan Brown, 18th man. Okay. An ankle injury to Tony Katauga has prompted a forward back reshuffle with Jack Williams shifting to the back row. Jermaine Hopgood coming in the starting side at prop. Jordan Samrani is the new face on the interchange. That is, if you're a Dylan Brown owner, I'd say it's time that you move him on, or if you have a better 5/8, then just leave him there. It is what it is, and hope you have like a Campbell or a Burton, and they just do the job for you, and don't worry about having a reserve slot. If he is your halfback, I think you definitely need to get rid of him and get either Hines or Hughes in that place. I would say Hines out of the two. Next is the Bulldogs Why did I see Lockie Galvin's name at the top? Bulldogs versus Dragons Saturday, round 20. He's starting! Yes! Lockie Galvin has earned a recall to the Bulldog side and will start at halfback on Saturday. Matt Burton has been named at 5'8", and Toby Sexton shifts to the extended squad. Oh, okay. Wow. Origin duo Stephen Crichton and Kurt Mann will return after sitting out last week. Crichton replacing Bronson Cherry in the centres, and Mann named on the bench. Rookie Jethro Rinakama retains his place on the wing after last week's impressive debut, while Daniel Suluka Fafita has been named in the reserves. Okay, sure, nothing crazy there besides the Galvin news, which I love seeing. St. George Dragons, Hamish Stewart is back for the owners. Luciano Leilua has been named in the 17 despite picking up injuries and last week's loss to the Roosters. Leilua will start in the back row. Stewart set to come off the bench. There are no changes to the side from last week's game. This is huge news. I think if you are a Preston owner and a kick-out owner, this is where you really want to see some damage done. Kick-out will be on not home side. Preston will be on home side. So I think kick-out could have a very, very good game. I'm interested to see how good he goes against this lineup. Dragons' defense is pretty horrid. So we'll see also how Holmes does against Preston as well. So this two interesting plays right here. Storm versus Seagulls, Saturday, 7:35 p.m. at Amy Park. Let's go straight down. Ryan Pappenhausen's return from calf tightness has been delayed by at least... What? Are you kidding me, guys? Pappenhausen is out again? What is going on, bro? It's calf tightness. It's calf tightness. I've already got Drinky. Wow, the Nick Meaney to start. If you went Nick Meaney last week, you're living the dream. In positive news, Xavier Coates is back on deck after being rested, with Queensland skipper Cameron Munster also slated to return. Coates' return will see Grant Anderson shift to the centres and Joe Chan moving to the 18th man. Trent Loiero is also back in the starting side, with Tui Kamika shifting to the bench and Jonah Pezzett moving to the reserves. No changes to the side that defeated the Rabbitohs before last week's bye, with Tom Turbo remaining in the centres and Lehigh Hopewadi at fullback. Lachlan Croker's return from concussion remains at least a week anyway, and he was not listed in the extended squad. I'm really kind of annoyed that I sold Tommy Turbo now instead of Pappy, but that's how the cookies crumble. This is going to be another interesting game. I think the big talk here is obviously a bit of Nick Meaney action. Bradley still being in the team is huge for those that went to have him and kept him and just played him as enough. This could be a nice game from him. Whether you sit v start Ruben Garrick this game is also going to be interesting. It's how many points Seagulls put up this game. It could be very low. It could be the complete opposite, but it's just you're going to have to take the risk now with sit v starts. Ruben Garrick on the wing. Do you really risk it, or do you go for your more solid low maxes that run a bit more and stuff like that? That's a decision that you will have to make yourself, unfortunately. Harry Grant, obviously in huge. He was in last week, came straight off Origin, an absolute soldier. Reserves-wise, nothing crazy here. Garlic in the reserves is pretty good for Grant as well. Nothing much to go over really besides the big Pappy news. Munster also back in as well, so I would say that Hughes is going to get a bit less of the ball. However, Hughes is Hughes, right? So it's going to be an interesting watch, and I think if you have Hughes, Hines, they're the two you need to have right now. So maybe we go, if Hughes does have a bit of an average week this week, maybe we do go Hughes to Cleary next week. West Tigers versus Titans. This is going to be an app. Did I just see Taylor May? His name in the list? Centre Taylor May has been named to make his Tigers debut after impressing in New South Wales Cup, with Adam Dewey shifting to lock as a result. The reshuffle will see Alex Twal start at prop. Alex Seyfarth has been named in the back row after Samuela Fainu picked up a knee injury. Funua Pole also moves to the interchange. Whoa. I think personally, I really like Dewey playing as a 5/8 or as a half. I really like when he's controlling a bit more. Latu Fainu and Jerome Luai, they're in. This is going to be a very interesting watch now. This game should be a big points fest. I really like Beau Fermor this game. I was looking at possibly getting him, going Lucas to Fermor. I just think he's a solid pick. They have West Tigers, New Zealand, Penrith Souths, Sharks away, New Zealand Dolphins. So not the worst of draws, but I don't know if he holds a huge ceiling. That's all. But that is absolutely insane. There's also someone else we do need to speak about, maybe possibly as a replace for Pappenhausen, and that's Tane Tuapiki. The reason being is you can put Tane Tuapiki in your Pappenhausen position, right? And then when it comes to either getting that third premium fullback, if you have enough trades to do this, and you have Lucas in your centers, you can then just flick Tane Tuapiki up and get the premium fullback in. It's a little play I was looking at, but again, it's a very niche thing, maybe not the type of thing you want to be doing towards the end of the season. Yeah, this is crazy. Captain Tino returns to the starting side after coming off the bench last week. The switch with Jamin Jolliffe is the only change to the team that fell to Brisbane last week. Sure. So Tino, huge if you've held him. Jaden Campbell should go pretty well this game. Going to be interesting to see how many points are scored in this game, how Tino does. He had a massive game last week in limited minutes. David Fifita still on the interchange. Jamin Jolliffe still on the interchange. Cleese Haas and Cam Pereira. So yeah, that's something we're going to have to look at. How many minutes does Tino get? But still, I think he's going to do a lot of work this game. So looking forward to that. He should definitely be in your 17. Next, Knights versus Warriors, Sunday 4:05. Big talk here is Dane Gagai being fullback. How much is that of a pod play? How much can you look into that? I looked into it a bit. They're okay for the draw. The problem is they go New Zealand, Canberra, into a bye, into Penrith, into North Queensland Broncos Sharks. So it's not the best. I would say no. I feel like you can go somewhere else or just go to more of a premium. But if you go there, good luck. I hope it pays off. Dylan Lucas completely out for the rest of the season. This team's just been absolutely schmozzled by injuries now. It's really tough. I just wouldn't touch anyone from Newcastle, to be honest with you. Tane Tuapiki at fullback, which is huge, but Charles Nickel-Kutstad is due to return, I think, in the next 1 or 2 rounds, so watch out for that play. DWZ back, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck back as well, which means Tane Tuapiki likely will not be in the team or just be sort of reserve or interchange, possibly if Charles comes back very soon. So just watch out for that. RTS, also a little pod play. I know someone that's taken a leap at him last week. I think he got about 76 or 86, which is huge. He could go very good this game as well. So look into him if you want to have him from the run home, because Warriors actually do have a great run. They actually have Newcastle, Gold Coast, Dolphins, Bulldogs away, which is tough. Then they have St. George, Gold Coast, Para. So a really nice run home for the New Zealand Warriors. How many of those games are at home, actually? So they have They have 1 at home, 2 at home, 3. So they have 4. So 4 of the 8 at home. That's pretty damn nice to see, to be honest with you. So RTS could be a nice little play there. And yeah, honestly, nothing much here. If you have Aaron Clark, congratulations. If you've had him, he's just doing amazing things. He's just a ball player and an absolute beast. And that's it. That is your round 20 team list. Can you believe it's round 20 already? Just quickly, I'll go over my score last week, which was 1,308. I went up 361 spots to 2,006 in rank. My trades this week, I'm very, very happy with my 2RF and my FRF. My big issue here is the AFB break even 103. Do I hold? Do I sell? Now that Pappenhausen and Lucas is out, I'm more than likely forced to hold AFB because they have the bye this week and do something around that. I really want to play Hosking this week as well if I can. So maybe I'm just going to sort of sit on Lucas for one more week and go like that and see how we go and put Garrick in and go from there. I think that will be my likely play. But yeah, I really want to also get Hudson Young in. I keep preaching about him. If we look quickly at Hudson Young, he has a $749,000 price tag. However, he does have 105 break even. So maybe you can wait for him. If you do go him now, however, realize that they do have Para, Newcastle, St. George, Manly, then a bye, which is fine. But I think you can still go him. It just depends if you've got other more important things you have to do ASAP. I could also, because I'm not captaining, I could actually go trade out Pappenhausen, have Hudson Young in my flex and do some cheeky maneuvers there. So that's something we could look at doing. Remember, guys, the flex isn't meant just for fullbacks. I know we say that fullbacks score the most, but maybe this is a time we can look for a premium 2RF or someone different and it just works out. So yeah. Anyway, that is your NRL Round 20 team list. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you all. If you haven't subbed or you just enjoyed what you saw, there's 34 of you lovely legends in here. Give me a subscribe. I try and do 2 videos a week. We'll try next season. We're going to be doing some special things as well. So if you enjoyed the content, if you enjoy the overviews, etc., give me a subscribe, give me a like, do all that stuff. Really, really appreciate it. And if you have any questions, just chuck it on any video. I'll see the notification and I'll get back to you with that. If there's no questions at all, take care of yourselves. I hope you enjoyed the team list. The biggest news here is Cleary having a rest and Pappenhausen still out. Deal with it as you may. Good luck, legends. Take care. Peace. And I hope you see